Hi guys, it's Hani here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna make beautiful chocolate lace cookies. To make these cookies, you are going to need chocolate, silicone mat, and cookie dough. Today I'm using chocolate candy melts. You can use a variety of colors. I decided to use yellow and dark chocolate. First, melt the yellow chocolate. Follow the directions on the packaging. To make the actual lace, I'm using SUGARVEIL silicone mat, and I'm going to apply a thin layer of yellow chocolate. Chocolate candy melts tend to set up fairly quickly, so what ended up happening to me, I wasn't finished with spreading the chocolate and it was already hardening. So what I did, I warmed up a baking sheet in 350 degrees of Fahrenheit for about 5 minutes. It wasn't super hot, it was just warming up, so it restored the consistency of the chocolate so I could remove the excess and continue working on the other part of the silicone mat. So now you have to repeat this on the other section and then take a large spatula or this SUGARVEIL spreader and run it through to remove excess. Then very gently lift up the mat and slide it off the baking sheet and lay it on a flat surface. Once the yellow chocolate layer is dry to the touch, take melted dark chocolate and apply a thin layer on top. When spreading dark chocolate on top of the yellow layer, try to work as quickly as possible. Heat from the dark chocolate is eventually going to melt the layer underneath, and as you are moving your spatula, you may end up getting yellow mixed with brown, and we don't want that. And now slide it on a flat surface, and you can stick this into the refrigerator for about 10 to 15 minutes. I lined my surface with wax paper, and we're gonna flip this on the wax paper. Make sure that you don't press on it too hard because it can break the chocolate. And now lift up the silicone mat and just peel it off. You can use a spreader to hold the chocolate lace in place. Make sure you don't press on the spreader too hard so you don't break the chocolate. Peel it off. It's really easy to peel it off. Now if you wanted to use the whole chocolate lace, let's say you wanted to cut it into long strips or something like that, and you wanted to include this pretty detail on the edge, the scalloped edge, you can trim it with X-Acto knife and then just get the scraps out of the way. You can reuse them later. I'm going to actually use a cookie cutter to cut out shapes, and I'm going to preheat my oven again and preheat the baking sheet for about 5 to 10 minutes or so. And I'm going to put a kitchen towel on top, and then I'm going to place the chocolate lace on top. As you see here, my chocolate lace is sitting on a wax paper. I'm going to let it sit there for about 2 to 3 minutes. What's going to happen is the heat from the baking sheet is going to soften up a chocolate lace a little bit. It shouldn't be melting, it should be a little more flexible so it's easier to cut out these shapes. If you see that the chocolate is starting to melt, then remove it from the baking sheet and cut it out on a cutting board. When cutting out more complex shapes like this little flower, make sure that you loosen up all of the edges first, like I'm doing here. I'm pressing with my finger into each petal, and then the flower comes out whole. Same thing with a square. You can see here, like I'm pressing gently with my finger into each corner, loosening it up, and then it just falls out. To make the cookies, I'm using LINZER cookie dough. You can find a recipe on my YouTube channel, and I'm including a link to this recipe down below in the description area. To roll out the cookie dough, I'm using my new favorite cookie tool. This is Dough Easy Rolling Guide System. You can find a link where you can get this mat with the rolling guides down below in the description area as well. Now take the cookie cutters you used to make chocolate transfers and cut out cookies, or you can use a cutter that is slightly larger than your chocolate transfer. And then place these on a baking sheet. And we're going to bake these off at 350 degrees of Fahrenheit for about 8 to 9 minutes. Once they are baked, let them cool on a baking sheet for about 5 to 10 minutes or so until they are still warm. They shouldn't be cold, but they shouldn't be super hot. And then place the chocolate transfer on top of each cookie. The heat from the cookie will melt the chocolate a little bit, and the chocolate will stick to the cookie. So once that happens, you can start transferring them onto a cooling rack. At this point, try not to touch the lace, chocolate lace, because it's probably soft, so you have to let it harden again. If your cookies are too cool, then the chocolate lace is not gonna stick to them. What you can do, you can preheat the oven and put another baking sheet into the oven for about 10 minutes or so, and then place the baking sheet with the cookies on top of the preheated baking sheet and let it sit for 10 minutes. And you'll see that the lace is going to melt a little bit and it will stick to the cookies. So I hope that makes sense. I really enjoyed making these chocolate lace cookies. They were so much fun, and I actually find that they were pretty easy to make too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in a comment section down below. I love reading your comments. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.